Kerry Bolton is Australia's most respected exit strategy advisor and CEO of the Exit Strategy Group. Welcome to this week's segment.
Investors can be quite a number of different people. For instance, looking at your employees or key management, they could well be an investor in your business. And if you're looking for an exit using that channel, you could have a management buyout or a leveraged buyout where you help finance the management or key employees to buy in. You could also have just employees in general where you have a managed scheme with employee share options, and there's quite a range of those that you could put in place. I mean, there could be family as well who are going to buy in, and you could set up a trust arrangement. You might have some sort of private annuity working where you're still being funded and being paid from the business. You could even have co-owners where you have some sort of buy-sell agreement. Someone has a first right of refusal. Someone may have a purchase option where they might buy the business, say, in 5 or 6 years from now. You could easily, of course, have the third party, as we've talked about on other occasions, where you do have a negotiated sale. Depending on the size of the business, you could look at a public offering. So you could do a prospectus and have an IPO. Of course, you've got to be a pretty big business for that to be a viable option. And of course, there's just a simple restructuring. You might want to sell a minority stake. Private equity is where that all comes in if you want to do some sort of restructuring. On the other hand, you might want to simply refinance debt. But all of those are viable options in terms of wanting to exit your business. I had a conversation recently with a fantastic small business. They're not a candidate for a private equity investment, but the conversation was around, well, who can I look to if I want to exit my business? Who will buy it? This is a great little business in a niche market, tourism related, and the owners have decided they need to move on. They've got other goals that they want to achieve. In looking at who might buy the business, which is really crucial because you really have to position your business to make it attractive to the type of buyer you want, we decided that the best place to look was within their database. They have about 3,000 people on their database, all of whom were massive enthusiasts. And their business was one that would be ideal for a high net worth individual who might want to sponsor a growing child into the business to be able to have something to do for the next 5 to 10 years. It was quite revelationary, really. Not many people think about looking at their customers when they're exiting their business. They tend to think about third parties. And the other opportunity, of course, was to look at people who are the real enthusiasts for the type of activity that you may be doing in your own environment. So not only your customers, but perhaps even some suppliers could be people that are candidates to be able to invest in your business. This is one of the most incredible financial periods of the human race, in our history to date, simply because we have this huge bubble of baby boomers who will have the most significant transfer of wealth that's ever been experienced in our life, in our existence. So it hasn't been difficult to foresee it. I think it's really enlightening that we now have this 2015 intergenerational report that we have Dr. Carl spruiking on television, and the pace of change is impacting incredibly. There's never been a better time for anybody to be getting into business, especially the younger generation, because they are so nimble, they're so quick, they've got such fantastic ideas, and the opportunity to be able to buy in to what can be existing businesses to make their life a heck of a lot easier to get the business really pumping is sensational. If I was starting a business again myself, I'd be scanning the market and looking for something that's already existing. I'd be looking for an opportunity that I can get into a business. I would work in it for a little while. I'd get to really understand it. And then I would be looking to buy that business out and chat to the owner and talk about opportunities where they could finance me into that business. So I don't have to bootstrap it and start again from scratch. But I know that there are nimble minds that'll do more for our future than has been done in the last 10 years, simply because of the rate of change that's actually happening. And you know what? I wish I was 40 years younger. I would definitely get into something challenging, because there's just enormous opportunity. So the aging population, the baby boomer population, is still going to be around for at least another 30 years. So let's take it as far as we can in terms of understanding where the future lies, what new industries, what new businesses that we can create, and make the world a better place.
If you don't have a copy of Kerry's new book, The Uncensored Truth About Exit Strategies, please visit freeexitstrategybook.com.au.